Marigold, if you put a baby in a vacuum for a million years, what if we played classical music inside of the vacuum for the baby to gain intelligence? Yeah, no, there's a bike and music.
Wait, nothing's gonna happen. He's gonna die in a fucking vacuum. Leave the grass Tyson's gonna call you a retard for fucking putting a baby in a perfect vacuum. The actual person who took a second to think about it, or the fucking retards that think it's funny to say it thinks. It can't absorb anything, Marigold. There's no light, there's no air, it doesn't even know that it's breathing. Marigold, what the fuck is a vacuum to you?
No, I've been thinking about like the vacuum that
And the thing you think people learn, they sit there and do nothing.
Yeah. Well, who invented the very first things then? They had no...
God. Nothing's gonna happen. He's gonna die in a fucking vacuum. He can't think. He can't see.
Ben,
It's nothing. It's fucking nothing for him in the vacuum.
It's a
A million years of fucking. It has no concept of time. There's nothing to observe over a million years. He's just gonna fucking be in there. He's not even gonna know what happened. He's gonna fucking die in a vacuum.
Okay, but what if we play classical music on a loop?
Okay, listen. Let me explain. After listening to for at least for the one,
It used to use 1 cent for a fucking million years. That is crazy. It gets to use its ears for a million years and become super intelligent.
Yeah.
There's not even words in classical. He still doesn't learn a language. He can't talk. He can't fucking talk. He doesn't even know it's been a million years. He might know it's been a while. He still has no perception of time.
Listen. A million years is a long out. He'll think of multiple things and be like, this is one
What the
and
fuck
two,
is
yes.
it? There's nothing to count if you think of. He can't see. He's in a vacuum. You know, we were in the count. We counted fucking like rocks and sticks. There's nothing in a vacuum. There's nothing. You can't learn that. You can't learn how to fucking count. How do you discover math when there's nothing around you?
Listen, Billy Ben,
You're stupid.
It's a long time. No, we relay it into his ears.
No, but there's how does he hear it?
Through his ears.
But there's no air. You can't hear it. There's no substance. There's no substance for it to move through. He's the only substance in the chamber.
Yeah. No, there's a bike and music.
Music is not a fucking substance.
There's a bike and music.
And you can't hear it. You can't hear the music.
Yeah, he can. That's in the rules.
I could hear it.
Dude, you can't hear anything.
It's in the rules.
There's no substances.
You can hear the music.
How is that a rule? If that's a rule, that means there's fucking particles. That means there's actually air in the fucking vacuum chamber,
No,
and
but
it's
the
not a
rules don't
vacuum
have to
chamber.
make sense.
No, that
One of the rules is that he can't die. Like, the rules don't need to make sense. The rules are at my command.
Oh my god, this is retarded.
Man, it's because we created the vacuum. So
You
we
didn't make the
control
vacuum.
it.
Created a better
And we
vacuum.
decided to put a Peloton in there. And
What the fuck is he gonna do with that?
We gave him.
He's a
gave him
child.
bike and music.
How many pounds do you think a child can move? I don't even think the kid
about
could actually
13
move the
years.
damn
Think
wheel.
about 13 years.
13
You
years.
have to train it
How-
on the
what?
bike.
Where? What?
training
And
on
what
the
world?
bike.
There's no resistance. There's no gravity. He can't build up muscle.
Well,
You
you're not gonna
build
up brain
muscle through
thinking like
resistance.
that.
How the fuck? There's no resistance. You can't build up any fucking anything.
No, but he can because there's a bike.
His body doesn't resist anything. Yeah, but you know what happens?
There's a bike.
Newton's first law. Equal and opposite reaction.
Shut
If he
up.
pushes on the fucking bike, he goes the other way. He goes the opposite way. He gonna push on the pedal and he gonna fly away, and then the bike isn't even gonna. It's gonna go the other way.
Billy Ben, school is over, so this is the thought experiment. I laid out the rules. He has a bike and music to increase intelligence.
There's nothing, no intelligence will be gained.
How smart will he be in 1 million years in the vacuum?
He'll have fucking. He'll be just as stupid. He can't talk.
No, he won't.
He can't. He doesn't even know. He hasn't been able to see for
But
a
you said
million
humans
years.
naturally gain intelligence. That was what you said.
Yeah, but
So
that's
you're
before you told me he's gonna be put in a fucking vacuum chamber. Obviously, a baby gets intelligence because we're in an environment you can see shit, you can touch shit, you can taste shit, you can fucking hear. But if you take all that away, if you take literally everything that makes our reality away and put him in a vacuum chamber with a fucking bike and music, what does he gain? Nothing. He can't see anything. How do we learn to speak, Xbox? We look at it, we listen to our parents. There are people in our lives who can actually talk before us.
Music. He will speak music.
He will speak. How does he make the noises?
He's a human.
Yeah, with no air. With no air, he can't vibrate the air.
Here.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
Why can't you hear people not scream in space?
I don't know. They're very far away.
No, because there's no air.
There's no sound in
There's no air.
space.
There's
no sound.
Yeah, because there's no air in space. Do you think there's no sound in space? There's also no air in space. Do you think maybe that correlates? Maybe there's a reason you can't hear anything. Because there's nothing. There's nothing for it to move through.
But we're talking about a vacuum, not
That's the same fucking thing as space! What is space? A vacuum that has actually matter. This vacuum has no matter but a stupid bike! It has a fucking bike!
It's its own thing.
Space is a vacuum.
Space is not a vacuum.
Oh my god. Yes it is.
Idiot.
Is space
Someone
a
keep doing
vacuum?
that.
Oh look at this. A perfect vacuum? Maybe not a perfect vacuum, but it is nearly a perfect vacuum. Oh, that's fucking
Who
weird.
is calling?
Outer space is
Exactly.
not
We're
a completely
talking about a
empty, but it is
perfect
nearly a
vacuum
perfect. Yeah, so there's
talking
nothing to
about a
learn.
perfect
We
vacuum
learn
here.
things through from fucking seeing it and hearing. There's nothing to observe. You can't actually observe. You can't use any of your senses in a perfect
But
vacuum.
if you just keep thinking of different things, you
What the
invent
fuck?
things in your head.
How? How? You have no concept of anything. You have no concept of life. You have no concept of your reality at all. There is
you
nothing to
create
perceive.
concepts in your head.
How, Xbox? You know where that comes from? Pre-existing ideas.
No, it comes from your brain.
How the fuck do you know that the circle goes in the circle hole? Cause it's a pre-existing idea that it already does that. But how are you gonna figure that out? How the fuck are you gonna figure out what a circle is when you don't even know what it looks like?
What are
Feel
inventions
the
then,
circle,
Billy Ben?
man.
There's nothing to observe.
We
You
put
can't
shapes
What are
observe a vacuum in
inventions?
a perfect
What are
vacuum.
inventions?
The wheels on the Peloton.
Things that were invented in our reality, that were perceived and then figured out in our reality. There's nothing to perceive in a vacuum.
Okay, who invented the very first things then? They had no
God.
perception.
God. Evolution. God did. A fucking higher being than this fucking reality. Someone who
but
had
you
already
are the
pre-existing
brains,
ideas.
What about language?
In the back.
Like if we were a simulation, their simulation is based off of this one.
How do you know that, huh? Are you assuming the
That's the
simulation?
plain theory. That's literally the theory of like, of fucking simulation.
even
That's
name the
simulation theory
He
in a
can't
fucking
even name the
second.
theory.
That's simulation
stuttering.
theory.
He's
That's
stuttering.
simulation theory. You're fucking weakening. You're getting weak. Your points are getting weak. Now you're pointing at me. You're looking at me and being like, oh my god, his argument's falling apart. Because your argument's falling apart. He's stuttering. He's stuttering. Your argument's falling apart, so you're fucking pointing at me to make me look at like less fucking intelligent. You're fucking
He's yelling.
stupid as fuck.
Ben,
Those
Sit in the
who
back.
are
What the
unintelligent
fuck
have
is there to
to
learn
get
if there's
the
nothing to
point
learn?
across.
The whole point of simulation theory is that their fucking
I
reality
don't
is
need them.
exactly
I don't need
ours. They
them.
fucking perfectly simulated their reality, and we're the simulation. And at some
He's
point,
speaking
technology will
gibberish
become
now.
so
He's
good.
speaking gibberish. He knows.
You're
nothing about
fucking
it.
stupid! Oh my
He
god!
thinks he's being a Gunga.
Ginga Gunga
Dude,
wouldn't even be
You
able
try
to figure this shit
you
out.
try to make up your own concept.
What
in
the
your
fuck
head
is
by
Trevor's
trying to make
steak?
up a
What is
theory.
Trevor's steak? What is Trevor's steak? What is
Trevor
Ginga
believes
Gunga
that
steak?
David
Trevor
will become
believes.
superhuman
Because
intelligence.
Trevor's retarded. Trevor believes in the funny bit.
Lord
What did you
Ball
ask?
takes our side.
Yeah, because he's fucking
Trevor's a
stupid.
We have
Genius,
Lord
Ben.
Ball on our side.
This is why I exist. This is why I'm here. To manage the retards.
Ben, what was the theory then, huh? 'Cause
Such a fun destroyer.
Simulation theory? Simulation
Yes.
theory?
That's you're trying to make some words in your head. See, that's called ideas, right? That's how the vacuum works. See?
How do
Yeah.
How do you get those
You made
ideas?
stuff up.
You're a. I didn't fucking
Your
look up simulation
brain,
theory.
idiot.
Look it up. Look it up.
Your brain.
Look up simulation. Xbox. How did I figure any of that out? How?
All right,
With your
here.
brain.
Yeah, but was I
Just
sitting in
made
a
it there.
vacuum chamber when I figured that out? No. I was sitting in. I was sitting in my.
That's what your brain is like. There's nothing in
Look
there.
at simulation
Ooh,
theory.
oh my god.
The simulation hypothesis proposes that all of our existence is a similar reality.
That's
Such
too
as a
valid.
Okay, yeah, but you need concepts. You need. Isaac Newton didn't figure
Your
out
brain will
planetary
come up with
rotation.
concepts.
There's no there's nothing to come up with because there's nothing. There's nothing. You do not understand when there is nothing. There is literally fucking nothing. There is nothing. You have no concept of anything. You have no concept of anything. You have no concept of math. You have no concept of language. You don't know shit.
No, but you make it up in your head.
How? How do you figure that out? We
of
did not
something
just
like
come
you-
up
you-
with our
you're
world. We were
feeling-
born into the reality.
You're
But when you
feeling-
can't make up a
you're
reality you
feeling
don't even
like
know about.
something
You
like
can't
this,
just
and boom,
figure that out.
box. You visualize
Unicorns
like a
aren't
box.
fucking
You
fantasy
visualize
because
going
we
through
just
the
made them
box.
up. They're based on fucking horses with fucking horns in their head. There's parts of reality in a unicorn. It might be fake, but there's parts that are real.
Ben, who came up with the first words?
I know who came up with the
own
first words.
language.
Yeah, fucking language is a fucking marvel in its own, but we figured it out because there's actually shit to make. Like, we can figure out what sticks are, we can make names for sticks, rocks. Like, the people made
but
those
you
words
just-
to
imagine
describe
counting.
something. To describe something!
This
What is
baby will
language?
be
But yet to
so,
describe
like,
something or
so
to convey
smart
a
in
situation.
numbers because they
That is
count
all
with
language
fingers.
is. So how the fuck do you come up with a language when there's nothing to convey or there is nothing to fucking describe?
This
Your
baby
brain.
would figure out algebra on its
How?
own in
How?
like 13
How?
years.
It has no concept of that idea.
No, Ben.
There is
counts
no
the
concept of
fingers.
imaginary numbers. It has no
And the
concept of imaginary
music, the
numbers or
music.
future.
Dude,
There's no what? How the fuck does it hear the music?
It can count its fingers and letters.
Because
like,
You can't see, Valen. There's no light. You're in a perfect vacuum. There's nothing there. There's no light. You can't see yourself. Light is a substance. You can't fucking see it. There's no
You're
light.
stupid.
There's no light. There's no light in a perfect vacuum.
Yeah.
There's no light
You know,
in a
I
perfect
think we should
vacuum.
have a vote. I think we should have a vote.
No, this is not
of
something
the
that comes
current
down to
council of
fucking
balls.
democracy. This is not something democracy just dictates.
Democracy manifest, Billy.
No, dude, this is not something democracy just figures out. This is something you logically think through.
Alright,
You guys,
we're
just,
gonna-
you
we're gonna
guys
hold
know
the
I'm
votes
right.
in
You're
the
just
council
fucking
of
stupid.
balls right
You just,
now.
you know I'm right, but you wanna just be
Ben,
like, oh, Benny
all-
Ben is wrong because it's way funnier to say this baby will be 100 million IQ points smarter than everyone else because it sat in a perfect vacuum for a million fucking years.
All those in favor of the Xbox Leap School of Thought say aye. Aye. With the vacuum.
Such fucking glazers. You all dick
We're gonna
riders,
assume,
dog.
Chaz
Such dick
here.
riders.
All in favor
Hey.
with the Billy Ben
You're
School of
Macedonian.
Thought.
I'm in favor. I'm in favor of Billy Ben.
Macedonian.
No one.
That's a 3
no,
to 1
no one
vote.
in favor because it's stupid.
That's a 3 and
Guys are
1 vote.
retarded.
The baby will be super intelligent at the end of the vacuum.
Baby will not. The baby will be just as retarded as all of you cunts.
Right back.
That's not true, actually.
Yeah, you're right. It'll actually be dumber.
You know, Ben, if we stuffed you in a vacuum for a million years, maybe you would become smarter.
Yeah, maybe you would
That's where the
understand
meme comes
concept.
from in general, when I sentence you to a million years in the vacuum chamber.
A million years in the void dome.
It's below the other meme.
The void dome. A million years in the void. What the fuck is? Why is it the void dome in Asian man?
You
A
haven't,
million
Ben.
years is a really long time. What if the baby undergoes mitosis and multiplies into multiple
Humans
babies?
don't do that. Humans don't do
Well,
that.
we haven't seen one human be alive for a million years. We haven't seen that.
Yeah, because you just say that, oh, I'm gonna make up the fucking rules that this baby can't die.
The baby can't die. It's
Yeah,
in a
exactly.
vacuum.
There's no
Right.
concept of time in a fucking perfect vacuum.
It's in a vacuum. It can't die.
Yeah, right.
It's already dead. It's the only substance in the vacuum.
Dude, you're like so jealous that like, you're not in a vacuum, honestly.
You know,
I
he's
would
jealous.
not-
He's
I would
jealous.
not
He's
wanna
jealous.
live in
He
a
wants in a
vacuum.
vacuum.
Why?
He wants in the
If
vacuum
you want to live
for
in a
million
vacuum, you're
years.
so stupid.
He's begging to be in the vacuum.
Shut up and go to the void dome.
Imagine a million years of thinking.
A million years of thinking. No, Hogbog, you can't rationally talk to them. The bit's too strong. I tried.
Are you agreeing with them?
Yeah, it's funny because you're struggling.
But normally you wouldn't.
Okay, let's change the
Hogbog,
time frame.
obviously, if you think about it, there's nothing in a vacuum. There's no light. There's no molecules. There's nothing. Obviously, you
No,
can't
but the rules
learn
are that the
anything.
baby can't die.
The baby can't
That's all
die
part of the
apparently,
rules.
but if the baby was in a true vacuum and the rules didn't apply, it would die immediately.
Well, yeah, but like I'm obviously just like assuming like the baby.
But like,
lives
there's
for a million
still
years, otherwise-
nothing. You can't actually learn anything. There's nothing to observe. There's nothing
That's
to count.
exactly.
There's nothing
No,
to see.
There's
okay,
only
let's
so
change the
much
time frame.
nature.
Let's
No,
change
okay,
the time frame.
tell Hogbog what you told me about the bike and the music.
Okay, so you know how like pregnant women will play classical music for their babies to be smarter? Right?
Yeah.
What if we played classical music inside of the vacuum for the baby to gain intelligence?
Now, Hogbog, think.
So
How does
you're-
music work? Think about that. How does music work?
Music, you play, so you can't have music in a vacuum. That's-
Exactly.
No, you can't.
Exactly.
This-
There's nothing to vibrate.
rules
There's
are-
no
the
air.
rules are that
There's
the
nothing for
rules-
the music to vibrate through.
State that the music will play.
The rules break the idea that you're in a perfect vacuum.
Does it really matter?
Man, you
if
need to
it's
learn
in a
some double
vacuum?
speak
What?
and double think.
Double think.
If
You
we
like
put the
double
baby,
think?
Simultaneously accepting two mutually contracting beliefs as correct. But this is not a fucking. This is not an opinion.
if we kept the baby in a vacuum for a
This is
million,
fact.
not a million
This
years,
is fact.
infinite
This isn't an
years,
opinion.
infinite
This is a
years,
fact.
infinite
That it would
years,
just fucking.
in
It
the
won't be
vacuum.
able to hear it because there's nothing for the music to
You're
travel
wrong,
through.
Ben. Shut
I'm
up.
not
The rules say
wrong.
otherwise.
I'm not wrong. You
Even-
can literally look up, can you hear music
need
in
to
a
be
vacuum, and it's just
vaporized.
gonna say no. You need to go to the fucking Void Dome, okay? Void
You
Dome's
should
gonna
be
eat your little
vaporized.
pussy
No,
out, okay?
Oh, let's humor Mr. Box. Let's humor Mr. Box.
Humor-
Let's say.
You
Let's
can hear the
say.
fucking
The
music.
music can play.
Okay, but if he
It's
can
in the
play the
rules.
music, what is that? He can't even actually like sing it. He can't sing it.
You can observe the music.
Okay.
You can listen to the music.
Yeah, what does that do?
Okay, maybe he'll be very knowledgeable in classical
It's
music.
classical music, by the way.
No, but how?
So,
He'll be
Hogbog,
very
listening to
knowledgeable in the sound
music,
of
like,
classical music.
even if he
I
had
will
perfect
make a
pitch, he
$2
doesn't know the
billion
concept
bet.
of notes or anything.
I
'Cause
will
he's
make
never
a
been
$2
taught.
billion.
I'm not saying that understand.
Listen,
Even
listen,
even
listen,
if
listen,
he
listen,
can hear
listen.
the fucking music, it wouldn't do anything.
Listen, I will make a $2 billion bet that on the
$2 billion?
1,500th play of Fur Elise, the baby will know quantum physics.
We'll
Where
take
is
you
the
up on
objective?
that. How
What
the
is the
fuck?
objective?
The objective is that it's going to be the smartest thing ever.
That's not what I'm talking about. It's okay though. So, here's the thing. It might it wouldn't understand like actual music theory unless you gave it lessons on music theory. It's gonna understand whatever you give it. So it might, if you just give it a bunch of different classical musics, it will be able to recognize classical music and understand it, like recognize it well, and know a bunch of different tunes to hum to, not necessarily well, but whatever.
It still needs to
That's
learn
Then
how
the
to speak.
baby will learn quantum physics. Now,
No.
let's take another example,
Excellent.
right? Because I've
You
already,
know,
I've
the only
obviously
way you
won
can
this
understand
debate.
quantum physics is
Let's
to be
add
able to
another-
observe particles, but there are
Let's-
no
let's
particles.
add in
There's nothing to
another
observe.
thing, okay? Let's add in another thing. If we put the baby on a bike for
Okay.
all million years, when it comes out of the vacuum chamber, it will have hips of steel.
Oh.
I tell you.
No, no.
Xbox, just understand
No.
that you
It
are
might be able to
stupid.
understand Newton's first law, but it wouldn't know it's Newton's first law, and it wouldn't be able to ride a bike.
It would be
Its
baby's
muscles-
first
its
law.
muscles would
That
still
would be what it would
atrophy.
be.
It
It
would
would
still
have
happen.
brand new
Even
theory
if
on
it
everything
could
around
think
it.
about the fact that if I push on this, I'm also gonna get pushed away. Maybe, but like still, it doesn't It's not gonna understand that. It can't convey that because it can't learn language in a vacuum.
There are certain things that you can demonstrate simply with just your body. That might
Yeah,
be able
if
to
the
prove
baby
certain
thinks
physics
long enough,
things.
it'll think of a plane. just a box, and then it'll start thinking of ways that box can be constructed. It'll start counting on its fingers and learn it like algebra. It'll
can't
just
see
think.
though.
You can't do algebra on your fingers alone unless it's like the simplest
There's
of
no
algebra.
light.
If you
There
try
is
hard
no
enough.
light in a vacuum.
Xbox?
This is a baby.
This
A
argument
million
is dumb.
years
It's
of
objectively
thinking.
retarded and
I will-
stupid.
we
The
will go
answer
to
is literally
Sea of
2
Thieves.
seconds long. No.
Okay, but what if we put the baby in the void box, not the void box, the vacuum chamber for infinity years?
Does the creature chase me,
But
or...?
nothing. It would not. No. Nothing would happen.
And then
nothing
after
would
a
happen.
million years, we would take it out. Would it be super intelligent?
No.
Why not?
Because
Because a million
it can't
million
observe
years,
anything.
even the
It has no
slightest,
concept of
fine,
reality.
but a
It
million
can't
years,
understand anything.
1 million.
It can't even
Xbox.
talk. It can't even talk.
Xbox, I will go to Sea of Thieves. We'll mention it one more time. Watch. Watch.
Why?
'Cause you're causing me pain and suffering.
You're gonna be really sad because this is the new meme in the ball hotline.
It is actually.
This is
You're
the new
gonna get
bit.
sent to the Void Dome. You're gonna go to the fucking Void Dome, and then you're gonna be sad. You're gonna go to Sea of Thieves, but you're still gonna end up in the fucking Void Dome. I don't know what you want.
Hog isn't a believer of the vacuum chamber, Trevor.
Because obviously Hogwarts has a brain.
Well, you're fucking retarded.
Dude, you're the biggest retard I know.
Who says you?
The vacuum baby is still dumb as a baby.
No, it's lived a million years, so it's really
Yes,
smart.
1 million years
No,
of
that's
thinking.
not how that
Trevor, are
works,
you
guys.
do you use that on Xbox Sleep?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it makes sense.
It doesn't. No part of that makes any fucking sense. If you
guys-
sat
okay,
there
yeah, you're
and thought
definitely
about the world
more
you
about-
live in, and then thought about a world where there is nothing, it would obviously make so much more sense that the one with nothing you would be dumb as fuck, and the one with everything you could be way smarter.
That's just not how that works.
That's just how that
No.
How do you
it's-
think knowledge...
You just think.
How,
You just
how
think.
how the fuck do you think people learn? They sit there and do nothing.
Yeah.
No, they're not doing nothing.
What the fuck are you doing in a vacuum?
Ever heard of Plato?
Nothing!
Have you ever heard of Plato?
Clearly, you've never heard of a
Pluto?
thinking person.
Yeah,
but
like
Trevor,
Roman
how the fuck is a
thinkers,
baby
Greek
gonna think when
thinkers?
it doesn't have anything to think about? There's nothing in the. It doesn't know anything.
Yeah, there's nothing to think about except thoughts.
Which
Yes,
is like.
and you think. Thinking gains intelligence.
No,
Marigold.
guys,
Marigold, I
guys,
need to
you
talk
dumb.
to you about
There's nothing
something.
to think about. Marigold has 84 IQ. She is not qualified.
For what?
Marigold, if we stick a baby in a vacuum for 2 million years,
I'm
Will
gonna
it be
kill
smarter
you. I'm
on
gonna
the other
suffocate
end
you. I'm gonna suffocate you.
after
I'm
the
gonna kill you. I'm
vacuum?
gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna hide your dead body. And
Oh
no
wait, how
one
long
will
have I
ever
been
find you
recording
ever
for?
again.
Whoopsies.
we need a video of the vacuum conversations.
It'll be a quick one because it's just gonna be a.
No, I have plenty, dude.
No.
Yeah,
What
Trevor
the
has a
fuck?
lot
No
to
more,
last
no more,
night.
Are
no
really going to
more,
make
no
this
more.
like an actual
No more.
decision? Obviously, I am correct. Me and Hog are correct.
No, you're not.
Yes.
No.
Wait, what was the decision?
It's so easy
What
to
was-
fucking think about. That
Marigold,
the baby
answer the
would be
question.
dumb as a rock.
Please
Marigold,
die.
answer the
Please
question.
Die,
If you
die,
stick
die,
a
die,
baby in
die,
a
die,
vacuum
die,
for a
die,
million
die,
years,
die, suffer and die,
will it
suffer
be
and die,
smarter
suffer and die,
after
suffer.
the...
Marigold.
Okay.
If you
Oh.
put a baby in a vacuum.
manipulator.
No, fuck out of here! I'm trying to ask you the question. You're such a dog cunt.
No,
Okay,
Suffer and
I
die,
just want to
suffer.
know what your answer is. I just
Die.
want to know what
You're
your
the-
answer is. I just want to know what your answer is.
Suffer and die, suffer and
No,
die.
what is
suffer
your
and die.
answer though? What is the?
Stop
Marigold,
manipulating.
Marigold, I want to know what you. What is your answer? What do you think?
You
What do you
deserve
think?
it.
everyone be
suffer, you
quiet.
deserve
Everyone
to
be
suffer.
quiet. We need to hear
What?
Marigold's answer. If you
Suffer and
put a
die.
baby
Die,
in a
die,
vacuum
die,
for 1
die.
million years, will
Die,
the baby be
die,
smarter?
Die. So like, in the baby sense, yes, the baby will be smarter, but in our sense, no, because the baby like has never like,
No, you
I
need to
got
pick a
stuck
lane.
against
You
the
need to pick a
wall.
lane, Marigold.
a lane.
Yeah.
Which one? Like the freeway?
It's either
Pick,
it's
pick
still as
either
dumb as it was when
superhuman
it was
or
born.
completely
the
retarded.
fast lane?
Marigold, did you know Ben's autistic?
So is,
Yeah,
Trevor is more
you're about to
autistic.
agree with an autistic person.
Trevor is actually
Oh,
way more
gosh.
autistic than I am.
Oh gosh, autistic.
Autistic.
Yeah, Ben has
Do you
autism.
wanna
I'm
see? Do you wanna
artistic.
see my rabbit that I built?
Okay, dude.
Please.
Let me get
I
my
told you she
mouse.
wasn't qualified. She has an
You need
IQ of
to answer.
84. How are we gonna get an
Look-
answer out of
Are
this?
you saying
Look at the
that you're
rabbit I
going to be
built.
rude?
Look at the rabbit I did.
I'll look at it when you give an
Look
answer.
at how search on treaders and stringers.
Marigold, if you put a baby in a vacuum for a million years,
Okay.
will the baby be superhuman
I
intelligence
need to
after the
do
million
research
years?
on construction.
Marigold's going in the
Please
void
answer the
dome.
question. Please answer the question. No!
Void dome.
Okay, I claim Marigold on our Billy
Think
Ben
about
School of
it,
Thought.
Billy Ben. Think
Billy
about
Ben.
it, Billy Ben. When the baby
Okay,
can't
so-
do anything, what else can the baby do? Think,
Nothing.
right?
No, but
Nothing.
Marigold, how do you
The baby
think?
can-
How? What do you think about? The baby doesn't know anything. The
Listen,
baby
listen.
doesn't know anything,
Listen.
Marigold.
Yeah, but
It's
it's
in a
not
black
his fault.
space. It's
Wait,
in
let me
nothingness.
explain.
It can't
Let me
observe
explain.
anything, Marigold. There's no light.
When
There's
you-
no air.
Nothing's
It doesn't even
happening.
know that it's breathing. It can't think at all, Marigold. There's think.
baby
You're
was
just
born.
gonna sit here and say the baby will think
I'm
about
trying
fucking
to
what,
talk.
dude? There's nothing to think. It can't think about the fucking language.
trying.
There's no one with it. There's no one talking to it. There's nothing to see. It can't count its fingers because there's no light in a vacuum. You can't see your fucking fingers. It doesn't even know what it looks like. All it knows is maybe what it feels like when it fucking touches its fat fucking nipple, but it can't see anything.
Billy Ben, listen. We're gonna count to 3.
We're
Okay.
gonna
can't
count to
see
3.
anything.
We're gonna
It can't
count to
see
3.
anything, guys. You guys think
Yeah, but-
you're so smart that the baby's gonna
It's
sit
been
there
there
and
for a
think about it.
million years.
There's nothing to fucking what the fuck? There's no perception of time. It's sitting in a
million years is a
vacuum.
long
There's
time.
nothing to observe. Over those million years it sits in darkness. Nothing changes. You can put it in there for 5 seconds or a million, and it doesn't know the difference. It doesn't fucking know.
Okay.
It's been in there for a
Billy Ben.
million years.
It doesn't know that. It has no concept of time.
Oh my
But it's
god.
been thinking.
What the fuck?
One
It's not
million
thinking
years is a long
anything,
time.
guys. It doesn't think. There's
Good
nothing to
deep
think
breath.
about because it doesn't know anything. It literally
There's
can't.
nothing
It sits
to
in
do with
nothingness.
us.
It sits in black. It doesn't even sit in blackness. There's not even blackness. There's nothing. There's fucking nothing.
Marigold, which side do you choose? The raging lunatic or the logical
The
thinkers?
fucking corrector logic. The actual person who took a second to think about it, or the fucking retards that think it's funny to say it thinks.
No, listen, Billy Ben. Within the 5 seconds it's out of the womb, being transferred to the vacuum, what does the baby see? The
When it-
baby sees a cloud.
The baby will
of,
see
like,
fucking whiteness because its fucking eyes have been sitting in darkness for a million
listen,
fucking
listen,
years.
Listen, what does the baby
million
hear?
years.
My
A million
baby,
years in the
let's
womb.
Put it in the vacuum. That baby's, those words are gonna echo throughout that baby's head for the next million years.
Yeah, if you let it observe a reality for a little bit and then put it in there, maybe it thinks about stuff. Maybe it can actually think because
Yeah,
it saw
no,
shit.
he has
But
to
if you
observe
fucking
a
shoot it out the
reality.
fucking womb and then put it in the fucking vacuum, it doesn't know anything.
No, listen.
And mommy,
They
if
took
mommy
it out of the
fucking
womb.
squirts the baby into a vacuum, it doesn't know anything.
Yeah.
Okay, but
It
what about
does,
the
though.
5-second grace period
The five
that
fucking-
he was out of the womb and going into the vacuum? And what if they had to clean the poop off of it? A lot of times women poop on their babies.
Yeah.
Are you
bro.
just gonna let it sit in the vacuum with feces and blood?
Sure, maybe it will actually perceive it.
Are you picking the raging lunatic or the logical thinkers?
I did it! I did it!
Obviously, I'm
Billy
right.
Ben, you're gonna sit there and let a baby suffer inside of a vacuum.
I'm not the
for a
one
million
putting.
years?
It's fucking Xbox
is
Leap and a
suffering.
Ziki dog that want to put a fucking
gonna
baby in
let
a
them-
vacuum to make a fucking
baby-
super being, but the being will never be super.
It's for science.
It's for science.
Yeah, you want to
you're
know?
gonna let
You want to know what that's called? It's called fucking humane. They're gonna look at you like you're lunatics. No, Leave the Grass Titans gonna call you retards for fucking putting a baby in a perfect vacuum.
We're just gonna set the vacuum on fire. Then there's no more babies. No
You
more
can't say.
feces
Do you know what a vacuum is, Marigold?
Marigold,
Yes.
you can't set a vacuum on fire because the baby's...
Yeah, and the baby can't die. The baby can't die.
The
Well,
baby.
like then the babies escaped, and I set the baby.
Guys, I told you this is really gonna happen when we ask Marigold this question. She's not
Marigold, you
qualified
need
for
to
this
pick one.
conversation.
I set the baby free. The baby can go run.
Hashtag free the
No.
baby. Hashtag free the
Marigold,
vacuum
it's
Free the
baby.
living-
baby for a million
Hashtag
years
free
on a
the
time
vacuum
lock.
baby. Free the vacuum
His life
baby.
is living in the vacuum.
No,
It
he
doesn't know how. He
He's
doesn't. He likes
injured.
being nurtured by his mother and living in reality.
For all he knows, the vacuum is his mother.
Probably knows he doesn't even know what a fucking mom is.
Him.
Oh, so now you're saying that babies can't like whatever they like?
I know. Honestly, he's babyist.
What?
Babist.
Baby.
Oh, okay, so now you're saying that babies can't like the vacuum? Okay, dude.
Yeah,
They yearn for the
honestly.
vacuum.
I had a cold brew before, like an hour
Marigold,
ago.
stay on subject. Marigold, are you voting for the baby in the vacuum or the baby dumb?
In theory,
Xbox
if the
is
baby
like
likes the
president.
vacuum, why should we stop it from going there?
Exactly. Are you trying to control people's civil
And
liberties?
if the baby likes to stick his finger in outlets, why should we stop the baby from sticking
That's
his
Exactly.
finger in
unhealthy.
outlets?
This is
No, it's
unhealthy.
not like what that is.
and the
Stop it,
vacuum
don't
isn't
worry.
healthy. If it's in the vacuum, it can live for 1,000,000 years.
And there are no outlets to stick its finger in.
It will be safe.
It will be safe and
what
become
does this conversation accomplish?
Nothing. They-
Well, shut up.
It
just
Hogwarts.
shows
No
how
one
fucking
cares. No one
retarded they
cares
are.
your opinion about the situation.
Mm-mm.
Just they. I mean, you mean everybody, right?
What if the baby had feelings, Hogbog, and
The
you
baby
just
does have
ruined all of
feelings.
the babies?
Yeah, the baby likes the vacuum.
Yeah, those are feelings.
Stop it. You guys are creating like an unrealistic narrative that hasn't happened yet.
No, but it
That's
will
what
happen in
we're
a
trying
million
to create.
years. We've put the baby in the vacuum today.
I put the baby in the vacuum. We're gonna find out.
In 1,000,000 years, Marigold.
1,000,000 years.
In 1
is a
million
long
years,
time.
in 1 million years,
And
we're
I
gonna
won't
find
be
out what
alive
happens to the
for
baby
it.
in the vacuum.
I know, but
Imagine that
this
you're
is something that
1,000,000
transcends us, Marigold.
2024.
Well, the reality is, if you put a
What if-
baby in there, a real life baby in a vacuum, if you
Oh,
put an
wait.
actual baby in the vacuum, it dies.
No,
but
1
the
million
rules
years
state
from
that
But
the
now.
baby cannot
Wait,
if we
Xbox,
did
you
this in
just
real
said
life, if
1,000,000
we sat here and put an
2024.
actual baby in a vacuum chamber, it took
No,
all the
we would
air out
just-
and you put him in there, he blows
It's
up.
not 2024.
We would just have to
If
make a
we
special
go,
vacuum
if we go to
chamber.
the hospital and grab a newborn out of the fucking like little thing that it sits in or whatever, the fucking cribs in the hospital, and we put it in a vacuum chamber,
No, that's
We ta-
tainting the science.
know
and then we take
crazy.
Yeah, you
all of it, we
tainting the
put it in the
science.
vacuum chamber, it blows up.
You can't
Why,
do
aren't,
that.
why
Crazy.
aren't you following the science?
You can't
Are
do
you
that
are you one
because
of those radical MAGA
taints the
Trumpists?
What
science.
if we can the baby? What if we can the baby with pickle juice?
You want to pickle the
And we
baby?
can preserve
wanna-
him for longer.
You want to pickle him? You want to pickle the
longer than
baby?
1,000,000 years?
And the baby
Yes,
can't
we can
die,
preserve him.
so it wouldn't drown.
Even if we had a theoretical
Well,
baby that
we
couldn't
could
die,
put, like,
it
his
still
lips
wouldn't
outside
learn
of it.
anything.
So that way he can still breathe, but his lips might be a little bit
We could
shriveled.
poke holes in the top of the jar.
We
Now
could,
you guys are just talking about pickling a baby.
No, because then...
You just wanna
because then,
pickle-
like,
you
No,
guys
but
just
it's in
wanna
the
pickle
vacuum
a
chamber.
baby.
It's in the vacuum
Oh,
chamber.
we would get to it if we
No,
put
because
holes
then
in
the
jar.
There's
baby
no
will
air
have
in
the
it.
concept of something else other than the vacuum, and it will taint things.
And think this. What about the classical music? That's something that
Oh,
we haven't
yes.
talked about.
No,
We haven't
okay.
talked about
Trevor.
the fact that there's classical music playing in this vacuum.
Trevor,
We forgot that.
No, in the pickle
Trevor,
jar.
Listening to classical
Trevor.
music simply just ups your intelligence.
How do you
level.
hear music?
With your ears,
Yeah, but what is
Yeah.
it? What does that go through? How does that work?
Speakers?
No, but
Speakers.
your brain,
no, but what does the sound have to move through for you to hear it?
air.
What is not in a vacuum?
There's air in a vacuum.
No,
No,
in
but
this
the rules
vacuum, there
state
is air.
Shut
the
the
rules
fuck up.
state that the baby can hear.
There's no air in the vacuum.
Yeah.
There's no ability for vibrations
there
to happen.
is,
You
but
can't
the
hear the
freaking
music.
vacuum
You can't hear the
sucks.
music.
The
Even if it could hear the music, all it would
vacuum
know is that. You can't hear
Yeah,
the
but
The
it
music.
rules
makes it
state that
smarter.
it can hear. Yes, it does. Thank you.
No, it
Ziki
doesn't
Dog.
make it smarter. You
It
can't
does.
hear
It's
the
been
fucking music.
scientifically
You
proven.
can't
It's been
hear the
scientifically
music.
proven.
You
Why are
can't
you a
hear the
science
music.
denier? You're a
There's no
science
air.
denier.
You,
You're a
there's
science
no
denier.
air, dude.
What if?
What the?
what if
I'm a
we-
science denier. I'm a fucking science denier,
Look,
Xbox.
he's admitting it. He's admitting
I'm
it.
a science. You just said you can hear the music without air.
That's part of the rule.
No.
Vacuum, though.
That's not how music works. That's not how sound works. It's a vibration. If there's nothing for it to vibrate through, you can't hear it.
I'll refill it, Hog.
What is space? We went over this already. Space is a vacuum. You can't hear people scream in space because there's no vibrations.
I can. You
cannot.
No, this is a different kind of vacuum.
No, that's
it is one that can sustain life. Obviously,
yes, it's a magic vacuum. It's part of the rule.
Then it's not a vacuum. You're putting it in a fucking room with no gravity, with air in it.
About like a space vacuum this whole time?
Yes. No. Miracle, what the fuck is a vacuum to you?
No, I've been thinking about like the vacuum that goes.
No fucking way, dog. No way! You thought we were talking about the... Of course you think about a vacuum cleaner.
84 IQ. 84 IQ.
Of course she's thinking about a fucking vacuum cleaner, dude.
No, because I was like, that's why the vacuum
Ow.
sucks. It's a vacuum.
Oh my god.
It's a vacuum chamber. Did you think it was like where all the dust and stuff gathered?
Yes.
This is a woman moment. This is a woman moment.
Okay, now that you know that it's a vacuum chamber,
like
will the baby gain intelligence?
Like it's in space. But there's actually nothing in space.
Fuck no. The baby would not gain shit.
That's what I'm saying, dog! That's what I'm saying! That's what I'm saying! Team Billy Ben on top!
It would, though. We have classical music.
No, because I've been dead ass thinking about a vacuum this whole time. That's why yesterday I was like, how would the baby fit in the vacuum?
Dude, so were you thinking you were just gonna fucking like suck a bunch of vinegar and then pickle the baby in the vacuum?
No, I thought you were like literally gonna open up the vacuum.
You got Blade Runners? You went all the way to Quartz? How?
And I have to
Marigold, you have to pick the Xbox Sleep School of Thought, though.
No, she picked me, dude.
No,
she didn't. She didn't think about it long enough. She didn't think about it long enough.
She picked the correct side. She may be fucking stupid, but she picked the right side.
Congratulations, Ben. You have the 84 IQer on your team.
Well, I'm still right, though.
No, you're not.
I'm still right.
This is cyberbullying.
You guys actually got outclassed by somebody who has 84 IQ. How do you feel?
No, the people who are 84 IQ are the ones who pick your
Billy
sides
Ben,
because
you need
they
to
can't
put
think
like an Ice
critically.
Spice song over this.
I got bad news.
What?
We need silica and you don't have enough.
Like because I picked the size for Ice Spice.
I have two.
What you're saying
is
that you're saying that the baby would not learn?
Gib?
No.
It would just learn. It would just think.
It's been in the vacuum for 1 million years.
A million years is a long time.
It's a very long time. It would definitely know.
You can't even fathom how long a million years is.
Fathom is such a big word, dude. Like
it's 6 letters.
Yeah, shut up.
6 letters.
Wait.
Oxide is
like
in
protected
game,
by like a fucking thing.
Oxide is like last tier. Do not collect it. It'll junk up your inventory. There's actual nodes for it, and we can't research it, so don't. It doesn't give us anything right now.
I just dropped it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rage quit in this game. I'm gonna rage quit. I'm gonna rage quit.
Sulfur felt good to collect.
Suffer and die, suffer and die, suffer and die.
Sulfur is mid game. We'll deal with Sulfur at the end of this tier.
Do you know
you
that
guys
song?
playing multiplayer?
Yeah, you can play multiplayer on this.
You know that song?
You've been
Oh, yeah,
asking
I
a lot of
definitely fucking know
questions
that
about Satisfactory.
What is this? What is this thing, Xbox?
About getting it?
No, I'm not.
Oh.
Ah, fuck you, shithead.
Ah! Ah! Whoa! Whoa!
What is what?
Did they activate an entire fog area, or like what happened?
Oh yeah, they those are like defensive mobs. You get close to them, they get angry.
With my newfound ability, I'm just kind of running.
My head. Get out of my head.
The voices.
Slug. I'm looking for a different color slug because I have the.
Wait, how did you know I was fighting slugs?
What?
Oh, that is just a.
One, you're streaming your screen, and two, there are slugs in this game.
Well, there are slugs only in this game.
Wait, is this the end of the world? Do I die if I fall off?
Let me watch your screen. Ashes fog.
I got it.
Yes, that is the edge of the world. Click M. You can see
Yeah, but I didn't want to do that because I was lazy.
it's one button on a keyboard. If you're too lazy to press a button on your keyboard, then that is a new low.
Well, no, I was in the middle of movement and it would have
Do you have
interrupted
fetal
the flow.
alcohol syndrome?
What is this?
Alright, I know how to retrieve my runes.
What, Marigold?
Do you have fetal alcohol syndrome?
I'm going to
No.
equip the sacrificial twig,
Are you sure?
Yes.
and I'm going to go collect my runes
Oh
and
my God.
die, and then I don't
Do
have
you
to
have
roll.
alcohol fetal syndrome, Marigold?
No.
Marigold probably does.
No. I'd know. I've actually checked myself.
How did you did you just drink alcohol and say,
Yummy.
not as good as it
I
should have
don't-
been had my mom been drinking during my
I
time as
don't
al?
drink
Wait, how does that thing even work? I don't understand. What is it?
fetal alcohol syndrome.
Well, so
It's
there's
like,
a child, and then you make the child drink
No.
alcohol.
no,
when
that's
they're
not
a
how that works.
fetus.
It's
No, I
like,
And
get how
then,
they-
when they
What
get
is the
older,
bad part of it?
they
like, I
drink
think
more
it, like,
alcohol.
it deforms you,
then-
like mentally and like physically.
No, I'm right, you're wrong. Shut up.
Shut up.
No, I
How did the fucking baby discussion even happen?
So yesterday Chaz asked, got the clips.
You got the clips.
But yesterday Chaz asked if there was cockroaches living in your urethra. And then Xbox said something like, what if you put a baby in a vacuum for 1 million?
That's crazy.